Hi guys, I'm Sabrina and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to recommend some products that I use to help reduce my anxiety. I was first treated for anxiety and depression in 2014, which was my senior year in high school, and I have still been working on treatments ever since. So these are a few of the things I've acquired along the way to help reduce those symptoms. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was bath bombs. I really like bath bombs from Lush. It's like a Canadian brand. Some cities have Lush stores, but you can also go online and order some stuff. They have like bath bombs and bath oils. But I just recently got these by Way. They're called chill pills. They're bath bombs in the shape of pills. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. He is moving his bed around. But these bath bombs are really nice. They're wrapped in plastic and then they're pretty big, so you can break them in half, and they make your skin super soft, and they are scented as jasmine rose, which is also a very relaxing scent. So I really like those. The next thing I wanted to talk about is books, and I don't mean like self-help books. A lot of times I feel like if I read too many self-help books in a row, that causes me more anxiety. So sometimes I like to read fiction instead of the nonfiction. I just finished The Last Mrs. Parrish, which I didn't like at first. The whole first half was kind of boring in my opinion, and then the second half it really picked up and I couldn't put it down. So I recommend reading not just self-help books, but books to help you kind of escape your current reality. If you are looking for a good self-help book, I recommend You Are a Badass. I really liked how that one was laid out. It was pretty accessible and it applied to many different types of people versus like for example, I just also read Untamed, and I feel like that applies more to parents, and I didn't really enjoy that one. So make sure you read the back of books to see if they actually apply to you, instead of just reading books that people are recommending to you. Worry stones. So when I was growing up, I would always see these random pocket stones or worry stones in a drugstore, like a Walgreens or something. And I was like, that's kind of silly, right? What is the purpose of that? But recently I picked up this guy at a local shop called Quarter Moon in Tallahassee, and it's made out of tiger's eye, and it's kind of curved where your fingers can fit in here. And a lot of times I use this as a grounding technique. So when I get really anxious, a lot of times my mind will float, and I won't be really present in my body. So if I rub this, it helps keep me grounded. I can feel the smoothness, I can feel the edges, the curve, and I've been using this a lot during interviews lately. I'm surprised that this thing hasn't broken yet because of how much I rub them during interviews. But I'll link everything below, but I'm gonna link a shop that I've really been liking that I want to buy from soon. It's called Tiny Rituals, but they have really cool stuff. And then obviously Etsy shops and stuff like that. Okay, one thing I wanted to talk about that I don't have with me is a desk calendar, and this one in particular that I'm thinking of is by Jen Cicero, who wrote You Are a Badass, and it's the desk calendar that correlates with that, so it's also called You Are a Badass. And every day you pull off a new page of the desk calendar. It has the date on it, and then it could be an affirmation, it could be a piece of advice. I really enjoyed that calendar, and I always looked forward to ripping off the next page. The next thing I want to talk about is tea. I feel like I go through waves where sometimes I really love tea and then sometimes I forget about it. but I'm trying to get better about it. And so these 2 teas are usually my go-tos. I drink tea at night mainly to help relax me and prepare me for bed. My absolute favorite tea is called Christmas in Paris by Stash. It's cocoa shells, peppermint, lavender, natural chocolate flavor, and vanilla extract. So it's got like a chocolatey flavor, but also a little bit minty, relaxing with the lavender. It sounds like it doesn't make sense together, but it's really good. And then another one that I recently picked up and I've been really enjoying is called Cup of Calm by Traditional Medicinals. So it's passion flower, chamomile, lavender, catnip, interesting, rosemary, peppermint, spearmint, licorice root, and stevia leaf. I really like this one. This is more bland than the other one, so if you are not a big tea person and you're just starting out, you might like this one. And you can sweeten it with honey if you want, sugar if you want, or just drink it plain. Another thing that I use to help reduce my anxiety are essential oils. I have quite a few of them in my room and I have a diffuser to go with them. But here are a few of my favorite oils to diffuse. So before I go to bed, sometimes I like to diffuse this one. It's called Peaceful Sleep by Now Essential Oils. And you just put this in your diffuser right before you go to bed and your whole room will smell like this. How do I describe the scent? Definitely chamomile. Chamomile and lavender are mainly what you smell. It also has like orange oil. Yeah, that's where you want to sit. So this also has like orange oil, ylang ylang, and sandalwood. But it's really soothing and relaxing. Another oil blend that I really like, and I would use this more in the morning or afternoon rather than bedtime for sure. It's called Citrus Bliss by doTERRA. This one smells like an orange creamsicle. It's so good. I'm almost out and I would love to pick up another. But it's really yummy smelling and it helps make you happier. And then the last one that I want to recommend is just a plain rose essential oil. This one in particular is by Young Living, but it's literally just rose, and rose is really calming, really peaceful, smells amazing. It is a little bit more expensive than other oils, but this one's really nice when I am having a particularly anxious spell. I'll put that on my diffuser or on my wrists. And then this one, the wrapper's falling off because it's kind of older, but this one is actually by Bath and Body Works. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, to be honest, but it's the like aromatherapy line where they have like stress relief and happiness and all those things, and this one is called Comfort. I think they've changed the name now because I have the candle right here, which I'll talk about in a minute. But it is the vanilla and patchouli scent with natural essential oils. So this one is like it's like a roller ball, so you just put it on your wrists or on your neck or whatever. I do this usually before bed, but it smells so good. I love patchouli and it just feels like a hug. I don't know how to describe it any other way. It's not musky, but it's very warm smelling. So going along with the Comfort scent from Bath and Body Works, this is the correlating candle. This is called Vanilla and Patchouli. They got rid of the word comfort, so I don't know if it's still called Comfort at all. It smells just like the essential oil, so it's very warm scented, but not musky, and it leaves you feeling very relaxed. So I also wanted to talk about streaming platforms, so like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Video, those sort of things. When I get super anxious and in my head, I like to escape with a comedy. So a few good shows to watch to clear your mind on Netflix would be, New Girl. That's a good one to always get me laughing. And then there's Gilmore Girls, which is just a feel-good show that'll really transport you into another blissful town. The show I'm Sorry, it's kind of underrated, honestly. I don't hear many people talking about it, but it's a really funny show about a mom. She has like a husband and a daughter, and she's a comedian, so it's really funny. And then something on Hulu that I like to watch when I'm feeling anxious would be like the Kardashians. That one always gets me out of my head. And then the Mindy Project, that one's really good, really funny. So another thing I guess I would say I buy when I'm feeling anxious, but it's more so like doing. So I'll get things for me to do. So something like a puzzle. I just recently picked up this punch needling thing from Amazon. I'm still working on it. I have to do the rest of this blue, but it's supposed to look like a starry night. Like painting, there's a lot of YouTube videos on like a paint with me sort of thing, where you just need a canvas, paintbrush, paints, and then the tutorial is on the YouTube video. I actually have a playlist of paint with me sort of videos that I can link down below. Picking up an old instrument, picking up a new instrument. So just grabbing some things you could buy to help kickstart a new hobby. Another thing to mention would be a weighted blanket. I actually have mine over there. I used to try and pile on blanket after blanket after blanket to get that weight, and then I would be like sweating because I had so many blankets on me, and then discovered the weighted blanket where you just needed the one and you weren't sweating anymore. And you can get them at different weights, of course. I also wanted to talk about a couple apps. So the first would be Headspace. So Headspace has a bunch of guided meditations, and it makes it less intimidating for people that don't regularly practice meditation, which would be me. I always struggle with meditation because of the fact that my mind goes in a million places at once. But Headspace has a bunch of different kinds, different voices, and you can pick which length, you can pick the purpose of your meditation. So another app I wanted to talk about is the 5-Minute Journal app. I'm sure you've seen videos or ads on Amazon for the 5-Minute Journal, which is like the white journal where you open it and it's every day it has, 5 things you're grateful for, 5 things you want to accomplish. But there is actually an app. The app gives you a weekly challenge. It gives you a prompt to fill out 3 things you're grateful for, things you'll do to make today great, affirmations, and then you can also log your feelings. Something that's a little unexpected that helps with anxiety is actually coconut oil. A lot of times people avoid coconut oil because they think it will taste like coconut, but there are coconut oils that are specifically created so that they don't taste like coconut and they're just a normal oil. There is actually a lot of science, there's studies out there discussing the benefits of coconut oil, and one of those is helping with anxiety. And I actually heard about this from one of my therapists who recommended I start using some coconut oil. The last thing I wanted to talk about is plants. Plants are very beneficial for anxiety. There are studies proving that they can reduce anxiety and stress, and they can make people happier. They help with healing, with the air quality. The list goes on about the benefits of plants. So this one is a succulent. I also have a rubber plant, a cactus, an aloe plant. There's so many plants that you can get. And make sure that if you have a pet that you're researching what plants are safe for them and not safe for them, especially if you have like a cat that likes to climb shelves and eat plants. Luckily for me, Ollie cannot climb my shelves. So those are some of the products I wanted to recommend with you all to relieve some anxiety. Please let me know if you have others that you want to share down in the comments, and yeah, everything will be linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.